Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing and component overview of the Ultimate Edition of Mage Knight. So down at the table, we can see this is a rather large box. Go ahead and peel the shrink wrap off. And notice this is a game that's won many awards, and is fairly highly acclaimed in the solo gamer industry. So I figured I'd give it a shot. So this comes with the base game, Lost Legion expansion, Krang, and Shades of Tesla. Then on the back, we can see this includes all 7 heroes, all 26 scenarios, plus 5 new cards. The Ultimate Edition, the base game and the expansions we just talked about. Designed by one of the world's leading game designers, whose name I'll probably destroy, Vladish Vladil. The critically acclaimed Mage Knight board game now appears in this Ultimate Edition, where current or new fans can find all the previously released content, plus some new and exciting components all in one place. The Ultimate Edition not only combines the elements of RPGs, deck building, and traditional board games while capturing the rich history of the Mage Knight universe, but also includes the base Mage Knight board game and all 3 expansions. Also features comprehensive integrated rules, 5 all-new cards, and alternate paint jobs on miniatures, and a long list of components. So let's go ahead and take a look inside here. So on some plastic, we've got some rules, which goes over the new dual-colored action cards, and some extremely tiny text. Then we've got a sheet that goes over all the enemy tokens, ruin tokens, and so forth. Then the Ultimate Edition game walkthrough. So 20 pages here. So just walking us through the games. Got some pictures, and once again, extremely small text. So lots of reading to do here. Then the expansion rule book. So they've taken all the expansions and just put that into one rule book, which is 28 pages long. And consistent with some art and extremely small text. So I've heard this game is not for the faint-hearted, and this is so true just by looking at the rules. And then finally, the Ultimate Edition rulebook. 24 pages. We do have a turn sequence overview and token abilities. Nice to have on the back of the sheet. Game setup. Going over everything for gameplay. Hoping to find an index in here. So we're going to have to be very familiar with that. Then we've got some shrink wrap on some cardboard. So first is the fame and reputation board. So we can track our fame here, keep track of leveling up, and then our reputation, whether we get the thumbs up or thumbs down. Then our first of 8 punch boards with all the monsters and some of our landscape tiles and special skills. And as you can see, they will easily pop out. So pretty good quality. So on the back, so we can see the different types of monsters we could face. Tile 2, which we've already had one fall out of. Tile 3 coming in with some bigger monsters. Does have good artwork, and the iconography is nice and large. Our next tile. More monsters. Now we're getting down to some Mage Knight specific tokens. Our second to last. And then our final sheet, which has our day track on it that really wants to fall out here. Then we've got a miniature tray. So take a closer look at our cities here, which are on clicks type basis. So as we do damage, we can turn the dial to get different numbers. Then we have Volcair, who's on a clicks base. And the rest of these, I'm not sure what their names are, but I'm sure we'll find that out here eventually. Some type of knight here. Winged beast with a spell book, maybe. And one more. Then another plastic cover to take off, revealing some plastic bags and a whole lot of sleeved cards, which we'll look at quickly here in a bit. Something to throw away and not eat. We've got a bag full of mana crystals. So here's all of those. And each of the different colors. Then lastly, our mana dice, which are smaller than most dice. Got different symbols on there for different types of mana. And then just to double check, see if there's anything hidden underneath. Nope. We've got everything punched out, so we'll put everything out here for you to look at. So once again, the Fame and Reputation board. And we've got 3 different types of tiles. We've got the starting tile. Then a bunch of the easier tiles that we'll be starting with, showing different locations. And then after this, different colored back, we've got more of the city tiles and more dangerous things, depending on our scenario and what we need to get accomplished. And some miscellaneous tokens, faction leader tokens, and Volcair's token, along with some different landscapes. And then a random token that I'm not sure what it's for just yet. And 2 types of faction tokens, along with a cheat sheet on what each of the symbols on the backside will do. Our mana crystals again, and mana dice. Our city miniatures, and Volcair. And I almost forgot our day and night board, showing our movement depending on what time of day it is. a large collection of marauding orc tokens, Draconum, dungeon tile tokens with monsters, keeps, mage towers, and cities. Then we've got some ruins tokens. Now we can start looking at cards. So here's a lot of wounds tokens, which is discouraging. Got an achievement and scoring card. Some site description cards going over different types of things. So like deep mines, spawning grounds. So to help keep us from having to look through the rule book for everything, hopefully you can just pull out a card depending on what you're fighting or what your situation is. So all of our cities, and a lot of other things that we'll find throughout the game. Then we have tactic cards for day and night. So we'll be picking those, and that will help with initiative order, along with giving us special abilities. And then the nighttime tactics. Then we have regular and elite unit cards. Looking at the regulars, so they're going to provide us some defense and basic abilities to help us through these scenarios. So quite a few to look at there. Then the elite units, of course, are going to be a little bit better. And we've got good iconography and good sized text until you get to some cards where they want to give you a paragraph. Then we have artifact cards, which will be part of our deck. And you can tell those by the gold border around the text. So different types in there, giving us different abilities. So we might find these after defeating monsters or certain quests. Then spells, which you can tell by the purple outline. And most cards have two abilities depending on what mana dice you can spend for them to get different effects to go off. Burning Shield, some Chill, Restoration, Demolish, Call to Arms, Mana Claim, an Offering, Charm, and a Cure. Then our advanced action cards, which you can tell those apart because they will not have a symbol up in the upper right section. So each Mage Knight comes with their own starter deck, which will have a symbol in the upper corner. The Crushing Bolts and Blood Rage there. Agility. Song of the Wind, Heroic Tale, Diplomacy, Mana Storm, and Ambush. Then the 5 bonus cards that came in here. So you can see we've got 1 artifact, and the rest are going to be advanced action cards. Now we can look at our Mage Knights. So each one's going to have their specific card, given their name and faction symbol. So here we have Arithia. And each will come with a round order token, along with skill tokens. So these are things you can upgrade to as we progress in the game. And for a better look at those skill tokens, each Mage Knight comes with 2 reference cards that goes over what each of those skills would do for you. Then each Mage Knight comes with level tokens with their shield on the back. So you can tell what their base defense is going to be and how big their hand size would be depending on what level they're at. So you can see as he progresses, better defense and more cards. And starting deck of cards, which is going to have their symbol in the upper right. Most of these are going to be the same with a couple change depending on what your Mage Knight is. And then shield tokens to mark different things during the game. So that's everything for Rathia. Now we can look at Tovak. His round marker and skills. Then explanations of each of those skills. So level tokens. Starting deck cards. Got a cold toughness and instinct. And shield tokens. Now look at Goldix. Pretty neat looking mini. Round marker and skills. Then skill explanations. His level tokens. Starting deck with his will focus. And his Crystal Joy. Then our next Mage Knight. Round token and skills. Skill explanations. Level tokens. Starting cards with noble manners. And rejuvenate. And I forgot the shield tokens for our previous guy. And our one with the noble manners. Then we have Brevilar. With skill tokens and round marker. And token explanations. The level tokens. And starting deck cards, he's one with the land. And also has some druidic paths. And his shield tokens. Then we have Wolf Hulk. With skill tokens and round order token. Skill explanations. Level tokens. Starting cards with some swift reflexes. And then tirelessness. And her shield tokens. And our last Mage Knight, Krang. The round and skill tokens there. And the skill explanations. Level tokens. Starting cards with Savage Harvesting. And moving on with all the regulars. Ruthless Coercion. And finishing up with his shield tokens. So that is everything in the Mage Knight Ultimate Edition. All these items will fit back in the box with unsleeved cards. If you do sleeve your cards, you might have to be a little creative. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.